think it's fair to say that quite a lot of people find homes in countries not necessarily they were born in. I was one of them. I lived in Mariupol. I learned Russian first, weirdly, not Ukrainian, Suzyk. And my wife is from Crimea originally, who lived in Mariupol. So I come with it several years before the full-scale invasion of understanding the situation. I can't claim to sort of sit there and say I understood the political situation before I went, but I did come from 9 years in the British military, learning how to fight. At the time I was captured. I was electrocuted on the ears, electrocuted on the fingers, stabbed in the leg. I was then starved for 60 days, where I dropped my body weight from 95 kilograms down to 60 kilograms. By the time I went to trial, I looked like I was in a Japanese war camp. I wasn't given the rights of a prisoner of war. I wasn't given the rights of under the Geneva Conventions. I actually not left the country I had legal residency in. I was actually captured in Mariupol. I was quite within my rights and still in the country that I lived in for several years prior to the full-scale invasion. So, you know, it's very hard to be taken captive by essentially Russia, who denied my captivity. I was handed over to the Russians, interrogated by Russians in Russian fatigues with no patches. I was then, all the bad stuff happened under Russian captivity, and then I was handed to the Donetsk People's Republic, where I was then put on a sham trial by public opinion. So I was given a trial by public opinion where I was branded as a Nazi, a mercenary, and a terrorist, long before I ever got to my court case. So that being said, by the time the court case came round, within 3 days we were given a death penalty. My anger when I was finally exchanged with Viktor Medvedchuk, the very guy who would have taken President Zelensky's place if Russia was successful in taking Kiev, would have really made me angry that I was captive and a narrative was formed around me about Ukraine, about myself, and I couldn't do anything about it. This needs to change. Under the Third Geneva Convention, I fought for the Ukrainian military. I'm not a foreign fighter. It doesn't matter where you come from if you fight for the Ukrainian military. The term foreign fighter is a Russian narrative. It's a mercenary narrative that I was tagged with when I was captured. I'm a Ukrainian soldier. I'd lived there, paid my taxes, I had legal residency.